Hi, this is Lane with Goal Setting University, Ripped Body Today, and Law of Abundance. So I just wanted to, first of all, thank you for coming to this. We have a few hundred people on, and I really appreciate your time and effort on learning how you can take your life to world class and make it unbelievable. And make an unbelievable year in 2014. So anyway, I just wanted to make a huge announcement. So two things. The first is we're going to have a series of books and audio programs that's going to transform your life in fitness and financial outcomes and spiritual and making you world class in your life. The second thing is I'd like to give you a free gift because I respect your time. I know that time is more valuable than money. So I really appreciate you spending some time on how we can make you world class in 2014. And with that, we're going to go on to our presentation on the 10 ways to make your life world class. So give me a second while I get this set up and we'll go right into it. Thanks. So, I'd like to welcome everybody to the 10 steps to make your life world class. And, all of us, we have the same amount of time in a day. Each of us, we have, 1,440 minutes a day to make a difference with our lives. And so excited to share with you this webinar. So, one of my favorite quotes is from Ben Franklin. Do you love life? And if you do, then don't squander the time, for that is the stuff that life is made out of. And as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that time is such a valuable commodity. Time is more valuable than money. You can never get your time back. And so you need to, guard your time with a vengeance. You need to honor your time and honor yourself. And just follow the opportunity that can occur and happen to you as you transform your life with productive time management that will take you from an average person to world class. So I just want to start off with the morning of success. We all have the same amount of hours in a week. We have 168 hours. But if you commit to 3 hours of personal self-development a day, your life will never be the same. Let me repeat that. Your life will never be the same. It will take you to the most amazing, incredible results. Just by focusing on 3 hours a day, if you focused on that would be, if let's say you take a day off, that would give you 18 hours a week. That would give you 936 hours a year, which is 23 weeks. The average person you would be blowing past in your career. You'd be blowing past them in productivity, in time management, in your education, in the opportunities that would come to you. They would come so fast and so furious you wouldn't know it hit you. You would go from being average to the top 2% in your industry. And all of this would make your life more abundant and spiritual. You'd be more abundant, have more abundance in financial, in recreational, in mental. It's amazing what you can get out of this. So, the first step is to wake up early. And, I got to tell you, until I learned this strategy, I was more of a night owl and I like to sleep in. But waking up early has been the biggest game changer of my life, because I've been able to focus on what's really important in my self-development and really take ownership and take charge of my life. So if you look at the great leaders of our time, there's so many leaders that get up at 5 o'clock and they're in the 5 o'clock in the morning club. If you look at Mother Teresa, she got up early. Donald Trump, Tony Robbins, Tim Cook of Apple, Benjamin Franklin, Condoleezza Rice, Robin Sharma. I mean, this is just a small few of the leaders that have gotten up early. I mean, you can go clear back into Seneca, to any great leader got up. Thomas Edison would get up early. It's amazing what you can accomplish when you win the battle over the bed. And when you do this, you focus on your inner work first. And so one of my favorite quotes is, "No man achieves great success who is unwilling to make personal sacrifices." So what do? Well, the first thing you do, it's inner work. So 30 minutes of your day. And so the first thing you do is to focus on your journal. And I know a lot of people think, well, a journal is just to talk about, my wife or my boyfriend or girlfriend and just doodle. Your journal is a history of your life. It is so important to keep track of your life. And a life worth living is worth remembering. So you want to record your insights. You want to record the lessons that you've learned. You want to put into your journal, those brainstorming ideas that you get that you can come back to and have a resource to take your life to world class. The next thing you want to do is you want to focus on your 3 big goals that you would like to accomplish that day. So you want to look at your top 3 opportunities, your top 3 things that you just want to knock out of the park and start your day. You also want to review your weekly, your monthly, your yearly goals. And, without, if you don't manage, then they can't be measured. And so the next thing you want to do is daily planning. So when we daily plan, you need to review your schedule. And I really love this quote by Jim Rohn, who said, never begin the day until it's finished on paper. Either you run the day or the day runs you. So such great words of wisdom. So by planning your day, if you just spend, 10 minutes of execution, it's amazing of the results that you will get from planning your day. And the next, you want to focus on your brain. And so I got to tell you, I'm a huge fan of Luminosity. It's their brain training exercises that keeps your mind sharp. And it's almost like playing a game. It's like 10 to 15 minutes a day. And it goes by so fast. And it's amazing how your memory, your brain capacity increases just by this simple tool that you can get on the internet. And like I said, I don't get anything from Luminosity, but it is definitely a game changer. So, the next thing that's so important is your health. So you see so many people that focused only on material and financial, outcomes, and then as they got older, their health deteriorated. They died young, and they had so much to give and offer this world. So when a person's young, all they'll do is they'll focus on making money. But when you're old, you'll sacrifice all of your money and everything so that you can have your health back. So the next thing that you have to do is exercise. And just a minimum of 25 minutes to 60 minutes a day can be a game changer. So, obviously, personally, you should be doing cardiovascular, you should be doing some type of stretching, and you should also be doing, weights. And so, by combining those 3, it will take your body and your energy to a new level. So if you don't like to hit the weights hard, you can do push-ups, you can do pull-ups, you can go on a walk, do yoga, do stretching, do CrossFit, do UFC Fit. It doesn't matter what you do, but you got to do it. And the people that work on their exercising regimen and program have the stamina, and the capacity to handle stress in their work environment, and they're game changers in the work environment. It helps with your creativity, your serotonin, your endorphins, everything. And hey, on a selfish standpoint, you look better. Who doesn't like to have a six-pack and a great body? But one of the things that I'm doing now is that I used to do like 60 minutes to 90 minutes in the mornings. I've been kind of breaking it up into 2 workouts. So I do like a 30 to 45 minute workout in the morning, and then I end up doing a 30 minute in the evening. And for me, this has been really good for me and my body to help transform it. So the next is on meditation. In meditation, we divest ourselves of all of our material conditions and we feel our divine nature. Love that quote by Swami. So, I used to think, well, geez, meditation is just for a bunch of yogis. It's just for a bunch of, cult-like people, and until I got educated. And meditation has been a game changer. It has certainly taken me to world class because it gives you clarity. With our lives, we've got so many distractions. We've got distractions on television. We got distractions on the internet, from cell phones, from just so much garbage and junk. News stations coming in and just telling us what to do. And if you can get away and go to that peaceful, part of stillness where there is no thoughts, and you're into the gap, which Wayne Dyer talks about. You're into the gap where there is just blissfulness, and when you do that, you can accomplish more. You've got a greater sense of focus. You got a greater sense of purpose, and it's amazing, where that will take you. And personally, I've really believed that meditation has helped with my overall fitness, as far as not getting sick, being able to handle stress and have the energy and the creative power to just to take it to a whole new level. So, I love this quote by Sir Walter Scott. All men who have turned out worth in a thing have had the chief hand in their own education. And so, I got to tell you, when I was younger, I didn't take education very valuable. I struggled in school. It was tough for me. I thought it was more important to have a lot more fun. But until I realized that education is about you, and you can make yourself so much better. And so I spend 45 minutes a day on my education, and I rotate and I break it up. But you want to focus on your vocabulary, you want to focus on reading, and you want to focus on training and seminars or developing a new skill. So you can listen to, there's so many great experts out there on training and development. There's so many world-class books in history. When you read, you're taking those experiences and you're taking those challenges and those lessons learned by people who have lived, and you can shorten the window on that learning curve just by learning from their mistakes and learning from their successes. And it's amazing, if you focus on reading, it can take you to a whole new level. But I'm really big into vocabulary because that is something that, if you look at the pyramid of successful people, the top leaders and executives, presidents and vice presidents, if they're tested in a vocabulary test score, they're at 87%. Senior management is at 62%. Superintendents is at 51%. Foreman is like 42%, and four bosses is like 32%. And below that is everyone else. So focus every day and pick up 3 new words that you didn't know. And just by, taking those 5 minutes a day, you can put it into your iPhone. I put it on an index card. You can put it into your daily planners. Whatever it's going to be, pick up 3 new words to your vocabulary. And you'll be so surprised how quickly you'll be able to move up the corporate ladder just by, improving your education in vocabulary. All right, the way to wealth depends chiefly on 2 words, industry and frugality. Waste neither time nor money. So the next thing that I focus on is financial wealth. And I, spend 60 minutes a day on my finances. And so you're like, crap, Lane, what are you doing for 60 minutes a day? And let me tell you, so, you can focus on multiple streams of income. You can focus on, I love the stock market. I love, making businesses on the side on websites or real estate. There's so many opportunities out there where you can get these different resources and streamlines of income to help you. You can read a book on budgeting. You could read a book on the stock market or playing the options or how to start a business, or focus on your career and focus on leadership, or focus on something that's going to make you an expert in your field. So, while everyone else is sleeping, you can be doing this and taking yourself to the top 2% in the world just by following this simple program. So what do you get out of this? Well, besides feeling invincible and feeling like, you can accomplish anything, you'll be like 90% ahead of the rest of the world. They're sleeping, they're watching TV, they're goofing around, they're not taking their lives and their growth serious. You'll have those positive endorphins where you will, like I said, you're going to feel invincible. And the best part of all this is, besides those great endorphins, you're going to actually grow as a person. And it's kind of like a stock that's going straight up. If you look at a stock chart and you started at $2 and it just keeps going up to $100, it's a straight line. That's what's going to happen to your life. And you're going to look back and you're saying, my gosh, I was like a $5 stock a year ago, and today I'm like 1,000. It's amazing how your life will change. So I kind of want to share with you my daily schedule on what has worked for me. And the biggest thing is that focus on works for you and tweak it. Everyone's schedule is different. Everybody's got different priorities. But commit to this, because I'm telling you, it works. It's a game changer. And, these are some of the best tactics and strategies that will transform your life. So what do I do? So wake up at 4:50 in the morning. So again, that's kind of hard, just to jump right out of bed. So I kind of set it at 4:50, so I'm up by 5, and then I'm starting my day running. So, I take some fresh lemon, I squeeze it with warm water and a little bit of Himalayan salt, and that starts my day, going from acid to alkaline. And then I take a green smoothie. So you can put kale, spinach, like banana, some clean protein in it. If you like fruit, you can put like some blueberries in it and strawberries in there. I put, flaxseed oil, coconut oil. I kind of mix it up, but you're starting, your day, fueling your body with so many good things to give you the energy to take off. And the next thing I do is I review my goals. So I look at the goals that I want to accomplish again for the week, for the year, and I look at them every day, because, what gets managed gets measured. And by focusing on your goals, you're going to hit them. it's amazing. If I go back, I've been doing this over 20 years. If I go back and look at my goals, it's amazing on how many of them I've been able to accomplish. And it's simply been not because I'm better than anyone else, but I'm more driven and more committed to achieving my goals, which has then given me the outcomes and the success that I've had so far in my life. So I review my daily planner. So I set my schedule the night before. For me, it works a lot better, knowing what I'm going to do the next day. I set my goals and plan it out. But even though I've set it that evening, while I'm sleeping, if there's a challenge or an opportunity that I'm focusing on, my brain, my subconscious is working on it and planning my day out. And then when I get up in the morning, I review my goals again, or the daily planner, just to make sure that I'm aligned on what is prioritized for me. The next thing that I do is focus on the 3 big things that I would like to accomplish today. So whatever those 3 things are, I go after it with a vengeance and focus on those 3 things and prioritize it, 1, 2, and 3, or A, B, and C, and then focus on those small tasks that will give you the results of achievement of your big 3. Like I said, I love luminosity. I do it every morning. Starts my day off. It's kind of, after I looked at my goals and kind of do all that, I just kind of know that, hey, I'm helping my brain. I'm getting it to be smarter, and I'm helping my memory, and it's fun. So I highly recommend it. The next thing that I do is I bought Verbal Advantage. I'm a big fan of it, and that's where I get my vocabulary. I listen to it on iTunes, and I write it down on a piece of paper in my planner or on my index card, and I just write it over so I can memorize the words. And again, we've talked earlier about the advantages of increasing your vocabulary, but it's certainly been an asset for me in my life. And then next, I spent 30 minutes to 60 minutes on education. And so, again, if this is one of the classics that you want to read, focus on it. I mean, right now, we're in 1st of March. I've already read and studied over 20 books so far. If you look at any of the great leaders, they read. If you look at Brian Tracy, if you look at any of the leaders of your country, they read. Leaders are readers. And it's amazing just by taking those great words of wisdom, how you can transform your lives. So, if it's a biography, if it's a self-development, something that's going to give you an educational benefit. And then I write in my journal. So I write the thoughts down from the things that I've learned that morning as far as on the education. So if there has been a great quote by Benjamin Franklin or by Seneca, or if there was, something by Warren Buffett that I wanted to capture, I write that down and I put that into my journal. Kind of just give a little recap of the day before, and I score myself. I rate myself, 1 out of 10. How did I perform the day before? And, I'm hard on myself, but yeah, I give myself 10s. If I hit world class that day, I score myself a 10. Most of the time I'm a 7, but I strive for that achievement, and I strive for setting that goal. And again, I am super picky on giving me a 10. But it's so important to record your memories, your thoughts, and your life history into your journal. And I really like what Jim Rohn says. Your life is worth remembering, so don't put it in some cheap journal. Mine is 14 karat. It's leather bound, and it's a genealogical remembrance, to my posterity and to me, of what I've been able to accomplish and what lessons I've been able to learn. I spend 30 to 60 minutes on financial. So like I said, if that's looking at the stocks that I'm going to be trading for that week or that day. If I'm looking at doing options, if I'm looking at buying a real estate deal, if I just want to read, on a biography on Templeton Investments or whatever the case may be, I'm doing that. If I want to learn about the Forex, if I want to, Jim Cramer or whoever, I focus on financial. And so this could also mean, I track my investments every month. I follow a budget. So anything that is going to help you financially, spend 30 to 60 minutes a day on. And then I work out. Like I said, right now I'm kind of splitting it up into 2 workouts, but a lot of times I'll just do 60 minutes that morning. But do 30 to 60 minutes, and again, focus on, I rotate it up. So, I'll do chest and back, or I'll do, legs and tries, and then I'll do yoga, I'll play basketball, I'll do stretching. I stretch every day, and you want to have the energy to accomplish everything that you want in life, and the only way you can do that is if you're fit. And there's so much, obviously everybody knows that you should work out. The question is, why are you not working out? And it's been a game changer for me. All right, the next thing after I work out is I meditate. And again, I don't profess to be some Swami on meditation, or Ram Dass or anything, but I try to spend 5 to 15 minutes meditating. And I just try to clear my mind and not think of anything. And I go through the breathing exercises, and I go through, into the gap where you hit that stillness of nothing. And it is such a great relaxation for your mind and for your body. And then after I'm done meditating, I just kind of plan my week, plan my day, and visualize what successful things that's going to occur that day. And I think of everything positive. And when you think of everything positive into your subconscious after you've meditated, it is amazing how many good things will line up and will align with what you visualized for that day. Think of positive things. So don't think of negative. Only think of positive. And again, what you focus on will come about, and that attraction of positive things will come into your life. And the next thing I do is a daily code of conduct. All right, so you're kind of asking, what is the daily code of conduct? And so, basically, this is not a mission statement, but this is a daily code that I read every day. And really how this all started is, one night I had just a terrible dream that I had lost one of my children. And I remember the dream so vividly, and I'm sure a lot of people have had dreams where they've lost a loved one, but it was pretty impactful. And so I decided to write this code of conduct that I would honor my family and honor my life with. And so, I just kind of wrote some notes down and put it together, and I'll share it with you. Over the next 24 hours, I vow to appreciate this day and to use every minute wisely and fully. So much can be done over the next 24 hours to advance my life's agenda and complete my legacy. I will, throughout this life, remember that this day could be my last, and that no great person ever died with their music still in them. I will use my talents to benefit the lives of others. Everyone who enters my life this day has a lesson to teach me and a gift to bring. I will brighten the mood of everyone I meet. Today, I will only be engaged in worthy pursuits. The choices I make today will bring me fulfillment and happiness. I will only focus on the positive thoughts, which will bring me positive outcomes. I will focus on life's priorities. I will enjoy the simple things of life. I will see my children as a gift, and that I can learn as much from them as they can from me. I will devote the time to be the best parent I can be. I will remember that time lost can never be regained. Today, life will send me a new opportunity, and my destiny will ultimately be defined by how I respond to that opportunity. Today is the day that I will set my sights high and go for it. So I know that was a little bit long-winded, but I just kind of want to share with you that daily code of conduct. And again, make your own, but it's awesome. I'm telling you, it keeps you, it keeps you focused on what's important into your life. And then I focus on my Ben Franklin virtue. So for that week, I focus on one of the 13 virtues of Ben Franklin. So, if it's on silence, if it is on, frugal with your money, just to be smart. I certainly admire Ben Franklin, and I certainly think that those virtues that he wrote out and penned out that he tried to follow, we all would be a much better individual if we followed those great words of wisdom from Ben Franklin. And then, I shower, I hustle and take a shower, and, eat a healthy breakfast, and my day is on fire. And you can see I do that. After I've done that, my life is on fire. Again, while people are sleeping, I'm toiling, I'm getting things done and making a difference in my life. And so here's some tactics and some strategies to really help you with this, because I was traveling on a plane with a high career professional, and he's like, "Man, Lane, you got it nailed." He goes, "But most people don't have the drive that you have." And I can't speak to drive. I think all of us have an innate ability to be better, but it starts with a passion. But it also starts with tactics, and this is something that I wasn't just born with. These are things that I've developed over time. But here's some strategies that will help you. So, number one, have your clothes next to your bed. I have my workout clothes all next to me. I've got my shoes, my socks, everything ready to go. I know one person who sleeps in them the night before, so as soon as he wakes up, he's ready to go. I don't know if your wife will like that, but the point of it is to have your stuff ready. Wake up to something positive. So, if you love good music, if you like U2 or something that's just positive, that's going to come, blasting on, it's going to get you excited and pumped up, do that. If you like more calmer music, there's so much good new age music out there that you can wake up to, but wake up to something positive. Don't wake up to screamo. Don't wake up to your buzzer. Wake up to something that's going to take your body and your mind to a new level as far as on positivity. Don't watch anything negative before going to bed. So, I don't watch the news. I can't remember the last time I've watched news. I figure if the world's burning down, somebody's going to tell me about it. But I don't spend my time, watching murders and killings and all the crap that's going on out there. So don't focus on the negative, because your brain's a sponge, and when you focus on that negativity, you're just going to be thinking about that subconsciously the whole evening. The whole night, and then you're going to wake up and you're just going to be irritable, and people are going to wonder why. And I'm telling you, it's because you started your sleep with negativity. Before going to bed, visualize why you're getting up early. Tell yourself, okay, I'm going to get up early because I'm going to work on my fitness. I'm going to work on my meditation. I am going to work on my education and becoming a leader in my field. I am going to, focus on my financial outcomes. Focus on so many things. Don't be feckless with your life, but take charge of it. Use a timer in 15 to 45 minute blocks. I really love my iPhone. I set the timer for 15 to 30 minute blocks most of the time. So when I focus on a project, once that alarm's done, I'm done, and I go on to my next one. Make sure that your office area or the area that you kind of work on this stuff is clean and organized. So I understand that people have different organizational habits. But, for me, I've got to be in a clean environment. For my creativity to be at the maximum peak level, I've got to be clean and organized. So have your papers, even if you have them on a pile and onto the side, but keep it clean and organized. You'll be amazed at how further you'll transform your life. And then, lastly is adapt to what works for you. Waking up with the green smoothie in the first thing in the morning may not be the right thing for you. Working out first thing in the morning may not be the right thing for you. Maybe you like to do it after work. But I'm telling you, when you work out in the morning and you do all this, nothing stops you. Because there's so many times when you're planning on working out that evening and something happens and it gets in the way of your workout. So, lastly, I just want to quote Thomas Edison. But, if we did all the things we are capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves, by Thomas Edison, which I certainly believe, those great words of wisdom. So, with that, commit to this. By doing this, this will take you to an entirely new level. You'll be in the top 2% of everyone you know. And people will stop and say, oh my gosh, what's going on with you? Your finances are getting better. Your body's getting better. My gosh, you seem smarter. What's going on? You seem happier. And this is a commitment. And you stay focused to this. Don't quit. Don't give up. You can do this. I am no better than anyone else, but just follow these principles, learn from my mistakes that I have learned from, that I have now made strengths into my life. And by doing this, you can have a world-class life. So don't be one of those people that has a life of regret, that they could have been more, and that they could have been the person that they were destined to become, but they left it short. They didn't put it all out there. Make your life world class. You can do this. You can take your life to that top percent, the top 2% in the world, and be somebody that somebody looks up to and says, oh my gosh, what are you doing? What are you doing in your finances? What are you doing in your spirituality? What are you doing with your health? These are the things that can take you from an average life to an extraordinary top 2% type of a life. And all this is just based on tactics and strategies, which I would love to share with you. But don't have a life of regret. All right, so that wraps up the webinar. So thanks again for spending your valuable time on improving your life. I hope I've been of service and of value to you. If you'd like to know more, then please sign on the link below and learn more about the WCF program. It's 15 videos, 5 audios that will take your life to world class. So, profound insights on health and fitness. How do you find the energy and the strength to conquer your goals? How to find work and life balance so you can be successful in your career and you can be successful in your home life. How to get rid of those time wasters on daily habits that get in the way of productivity. The three-step formula to knock out your goals. So much more, but I just want to thank you again. Please sign below. If this has not been of value, then please take the ebook. It's on health and fitness. It will transform your life in fitness. It's got recipes. It's got how to stay fit. It'll help you be world class in your fitness. This is Lane, empowering you to a world class life. and you can do it. Thanks.